Hi Travis, I just want to thank you for taking the time today to come in and talk to me about Lauren. I'm sure that you're just as excited as all of our staff here is to see all the changes and progress that Lauren has been making over the past few months. So I'm not really sure if you remember, but we had talked a little bit before about some assessments that we would be doing here in the facility to monitor her development. So I'm glad that you could make the time today to come in and talk to me.
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited to learn about Lauren's new assessment.
Okay, so first I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the assessments that we've been implementing with Lauren here in our classroom. So the assessment that we used with her most recently is known as the Bailey Scale. In this assessment, it took us about an hour to complete it, and I was pretty excited to see the results and the progress that Lauren had, and the progress that she's made, I guess, over the time that she's been with us. So you're probably wondering what the point of this assessment even was. I know it kind of sounds like a weird name, the Bailey Scales, but it's broken down into 3 different portions. There's the cognitive scales, the language scales, and the motor scales. So first, the cognitive scales, they focus on things like the child's ability to engage in play, look for different objects, and remain attentive to objects. So things like taking care of a baby doll and pretending to cook and different things like that. So the next is language scale. This focuses on the child's ability to use and understand spoken language, so like following rules and recognizing what an object is. So this is one thing that I remember you and your wife talking about a lot is you guys are loving this toddler stage that she's in where you can tell her to go put her shoes on or her coat on and she'll go and do it. So that kind of falls into the language scale, and I agree that is a very fun stage to enter into. So the next and last stage is the motor scale. This measures the child's ability to use large and small muscles to do things like run and jump and play and like grasp and pick things up or turn things. So it's pretty much all together just their motor skills. So as we assessed Lauren, she was given a task, and at the end of the task, she was given a score for how, I don't really like to use the word well, or good, but I guess we'll say how well she completed the task. She is measured on that, and then at the end, all of the scores are totaled up, and they're all compared to a table of other children her same age. So the main focus of the Bailey Scales is to help us identify any developmental delays or learning disabilities that a child might have. Once we are able to identify those issues, we kind of have the opportunity to intervene and give the child the support that they need in our class to succeed. So the overall focus of the Bailey Scale is for the benefit of the child and for us to create the most meaningful learning opportunities within our classroom that we possibly can for your child. So that is pretty much everything that I needed to cover with you today about the assessments that we have been doing with Lauren. Do you think you have any questions for me?